The escape from darkness. Welcome once again. This is David. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be able to share this with you, and I thank you for your time. The escape from darkness involves two stages. First is the recognition that darkness cannot hide. By its very nature, it cannot hide. Now, this first step usually brings fear. When you first realize that. And we'll get into that more as we proceed with the course. Now, the second stage or step is the recognition that there is nothing actually that you do want to hide, even if you could. So first of all, you realize you can't hide anything, and that scares you because quite usually we want to hide stuff. We want to lie, we want to pretend, we want to what do you call it? We want to project, we want to put on a mask and act one thing to the world and pretend that we are another thing, whereas inside maybe we're not even what we are acting out to be. We like to be in denial, all these kind of things. We like to put things in our unconscious and bury them and avoid and all that. So the recognition that you actually cannot hide usually scares you at the beginning because the fact that you're trying to hide things means you think that it's working. And we all know now from common psychology, we all know, everybody knows that we are all trying to hide things. Yeah. So the recognition that you cannot hide anything usually scares you when you first hear of that. And then you realize that there's nothing you want to hide, even if you could. Now, this step is what brings escape from fear. In other words, face your fear and you will be free, or the truth will set you free. Now, when you have become willing to hide nothing, you will not only be willing to enter into communion, but will also understand peace and joy. The minute you're willing to hide nothing, that is when you'll now be able to be in communion with your Creator. And then you'll also start to understand peace and joy. You cannot understand peace properly as long as you're trying to hide things. Yeah? So this is the point of the escape from darkness, or as it's so called over here. Now, divinity can never really be hidden in darkness. This is not possible. You cannot. But you can deceive yourself that it can be hidden. Okay? Now, this deception makes you fearful because you realize in your heart that it is a deception. Okay? Just like we said. And actually, just to be more clear over here, by divinity we mean that we all pretend that we are less than what we really are. We pretend that we are, I don't know, sometimes we don't even value ourselves much, whereas we are actually the children of a Creator. We are beautiful and valuable beyond measure, but then we pretend we're not. Okay? So this is what I mean by hiding divinity in darkness, so to speak. Yeah. So the idea that you cannot hide divinity, or even run away from it, scares us because we know in our heart that it's a deception. Yeah, and we exert great amounts of efforts to make it real. That we're actually to hide that divinity. We spend so much effort to establish the reality that we can hide divinity, and it's really exhausting. So the miracle is here to set reality where it belongs. Reality belongs only to spirit, and the miracle acknowledges only truth. So it dispels the illusions about yourself and puts you in communion with your Creator. That's the point of the miracle. Okay? To unhide what could never have been hidden in the first place. The miracle joins in the atonement or the atonement by placing the mind in the service of spirit. This establishes the proper function of the mind and corrects its errors, which are merely lacks of love. The errors of the mind are simply lack of love, no more and no less. Yeah. So your mind can be possessed by illusions, but spirit is eternally free. If a mind perceives without love, it perceives an empty shell and is unaware of the spirit within. But the atonement restores spirit to its proper place. The mind that serves spirit is invulnerable. It does not even need to fear. It's invulnerable. You might say invincible. Darkness is lack of light. In the same way that sin is actually lack of love. just an error in perception. So it's, so once again, darkness is lack of light. Darkness has no unique properties of its own. You see what I mean? Light is real. Light has properties of its own. Darkness is simply the absence of light. It's not real, and it does not have unique properties of its own. So it is an example of the scarcity belief from which only error can proceed. Truth is always abundant. Those who perceive and acknowledge that they have everything have no needs of any kind. The purpose of the atonement is to restore everything to you, or rather to restore it to your awareness, because it's always there, but it's out of your awareness. You were given everything when you were created, just as everyone was. Yeah? The emptiness engendered by fear must be replaced by forgiveness. Again, that was a really interesting journey into the whole miracles. Again, we're still introducing miracles, and we're still going through the foundations, because later you're going to find that you will need these foundations as this course progresses. So right now we're still in this video talking about aspects of miracles. We're still in the introduction. So thank you very much for your time. Please, please, please share this video with as many people as possible, and go to ahappypocket.com for the full series of videos and course materials, plus the community discussions. Thank you.